Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, where I am here with a very important transfer update. Now, I have been having a few little days off after what has been a really demanding season and have actually managed to pick up a bit of a cold. Again, the sound is not going to be as it usually is just yet, but like I say, we have big news to discuss in the goalkeeping area. We've got the latest on Joan Garcia as his moves closer to happening, and we also have to talk about then the future of Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. It is all on the way for you, big stuff. So let's do it. Now today's extra special update, guys, is coming to you here today courtesy of Manscaped because it is only just over 2 weeks away now until the big one. It is Father's Day on the way, and why not get a gift here for your dad that he's not just going to launch to the back of the wardrobe. Let's get him something that he might actually like, and whether it's for, some grooming products there for his hair, for his beard maybe, you can get him some Manscaped cologne, whatever it is, I'm sure you're going to find something there that he would actually enjoy, and in the process, even your mother might thank you for it too. So go ahead right now, get 20% off your order simply by using the code TalkFCB at checkout and get your dad a gift he will actually enjoy. But indeed, guys, let's start here by talking about Joan Garcia. Now, can we just start by saying that Espanyol at the end of the season there, when they avoided relegation, big celebrations, of course, from them, Joan Garcia was being paraded around their stadium, they felt sure within the club he wasn't going to join Barca in the summer. They knew that he had a pretty low release clause. They knew so many clubs were interested in him, but they thought he was definitely going to the Premier League. So many Premier League clubs had shown interest, and Espanyol thought, well, he's not going to Barca. Well, actually, he might just be. That is the feeling right now, that as the days have gone on, we've been in talks with him, we've spoken at length there with all of his representatives, and he's getting closer and closer and closer now to actually joining Barca. Today, Fabrizio Romano has said that the agreement there between the club and Joan Garcia on a long-term deal, it is very advanced at this stage. It is very nearly done. And what's interesting right now is that apparently Joan Garcia has received guarantees from inside of the club about his playing time there, about the fact that he will be the top goalkeeper. He will come in and apparently be the number one keeper. From the start of next season at Barca, he's not going to be loaned out. He's not going to come in as the number two. It's not going to be about rotation. If he is signed for the €25 million clause, he's going to be a player here. He is going to wear that number one shirt, and he is going to be the goalkeeper that we are counting on. And Wojciech Szczesny would go ahead there and be the number two goalkeeper. So that is really interesting here, that in those discussions, to convince him, playing time has been discussed. The long-term deal there would be probably a 5-year deal for Joan Garcia, and everything right now is on track. Everything is looking good. But of course the big question then is, okay, if we do get this over the line, it's looking good, it's looking very positive. If he does come in at the number one, well, what on earth is going to happen with Marc-Andre Ter Stegen? Because it's become very apparent since the end of the season that within the club, they just don't count on him. They do not trust Ter Stegen. And I believe this comes, first of all, from Hansi Flick. I think that was conveyed there in the meeting that he had at the end of the season with Deco. He is not being convinced by Ter Stegen after the injury, and also before it too. Because we can't forget here that Flick had already worked with Marc-Andre Ter Stegen for the German national team. He's already seen him firsthand. He knows what he can do, he knows what he can't do, and he just doesn't really seem to have that faith in him as the number one Barca goalkeeper. And if Joan Garcia is signed, Barca want to get rid of Ter Stegen. Barca really do, and this is quite extraordinary. They want to sell Ter Stegen, and I just think here, coming into this summer, I never expected this. And I know many of us have been saying, look, it's something that should happen. Let's be honest here. Ter Stegen now for several seasons, the performances have been declining. The impact on this team is not what it once was. Many years ago, he's not been that same goalkeeper. He has not improved. He has not reached different heights here. He is declining with every single campaign. And Barca have finally seen the light on this, and they're actively now working on, okay, can we move him on? But here's the tricky part, because don't forget, in August of 2023, Barca renewed Ter Stegen there. They extended his deal. It was one of those whereby we're just trying to spread the cost a little bit across more years. So he has a contract at the club until 2028. Now, what you're going to hear in the media right now, and especially in the German media, is that Ter Stegen doesn't want to go. That is what his camp are briefing the media right now, that Ter Stegen is not happy, first of all, with the campaign on social media against him. You will have seen it, lots and lots and lots of Barca fans very unhappy, very disillusioned with his performances. They want him gone, they want him out, and Ter Stegen and his camp, they're not happy about that at all, and they also maintain we've got a contract, we want to stay, we want to fight for our place in the team. But what I would say on this, and this is the interesting thing to consider, the 2026 World Cup. That is the big leverage here that Barca have ahead of this summer transfer window. Because what they will be saying to Ter Stegen right now, if they sign Joan Garcia, if he is going to be the number one, they will ultimately say, what's going to happen to your place in the German national team? If you're not playing, and for a goalkeeper, it's vital, it's really, really important there that you are playing, that you do have that sharpness, especially after going through quite a long-term injury that Ter Stegen had. If you're not playing, are you staying in that team? Are you still going to be selected as the number one keeper going into that World Cup that Ter Stegen desperately wants to be involved in? That's Barca's leverage, because yes, he has a contract, yes, he may want to stay, but we will try and use that to our benefit right now. And like I say, guys, I am surprised at how quickly this has all happened, because quite often you don't see this at Barca. You know, we have been looking at several different areas of this team now for season upon season upon season, saying, well, when is that going to happen? When are we going to address the goalkeeping area? When are we going to take this seriously? And it seems as though at the end of this season here, everybody within the club has gone, right, let's do that now. Let's look at what we can do to improve this squad. And I think mainly they've looked at the Champions League this season, how good Barca were, how strong our season was, and they probably thought, if we had a top goalkeeper, if we had a defining goalkeeper there that can make or break a game, that can make or break a season, we may be in that final tonight. We may be playing and winning the title, the Champions League. It could have easily happened. So I think Barca here, they've finally gotten serious. They've finally woken up and thought, okay, we need to look at that area. And that may mean Ter Stegen heading out the exit door, being pushed towards the exit door and replacing him as the number one goalkeeper at Barca, the incredibly talented Joan Garcia, guys. And what I want to know in the comments down below, do you like that decision? Do you have faith right now that that would be the right call? Do you believe that Joan Garcia is ready to come in now? He is young. He is relatively inexperienced, of course, at a top club, at a top level. He's played very, very well at Espanyol, but we know that Barca is a step up. I think stylistically, he's perfect. You know, he's going to suit this team. That is absolutely guaranteed. And in terms of shot stopping, he is absolutely wonderful too. He commands his area. He's a big presence. He's a tall goalkeeper as well. That's really, really important and key. And I've got to say, I like this. I like the feel of it. I like the feel here that we might be finally moving in the right direction. But please, guys, do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below here. Things are moving quickly at Barca, and I will keep you posted here on the very latest updates. Thank you indeed, guys, here for your patience, for tuning in here today, and I'm excited to see what you are feeling in the comments down below. Please do also check out everything that Manscaped have to offer. I have no doubt you and your dad will enjoy it. Thank you indeed, guys, for that great support. But until next time, as always, Veshka, El Barça.